Grüezi, thrill seekers, and welcome to the ultimate Swiss Alps vacation guide, brought to you by your trailblazing travel crew with over a decade of heart-pounding journeys. Can you feel the rush? The icy Alpine breeze kissing your face, the roar of glaciers shaping the earth, the electric call of peaks that beg you to conquer their heights. The Swiss Alps aren't just mountains, they're a soul-stirring saga where snow-crowned summits scrape the sky. Emerald valleys hum with cowbells, and every village pulses with tales of explorers, yodelers, and pioneers. Will you carve down ski slopes that scream with speed, sip velvety hot chocolate in a starlit chalet, or chase waterfalls that thunder like ancient legends? From Zermatt's Matterhorn majesty to Interlaken's adrenaline-charged rivers, from St. Moritz's glittering glamour to Verbier's freeride frenzy, from Davos's serene trails to Grindelwald's glacier-carved wonderlands, this is your golden ticket to a vacation that'll set your spirit ablaze. So, strap on your ski boots, unwrap a Swiss chocolate bar, and let's dive into the Swiss Alps' breathtaking Odyssey in glorious 4K. Let's ignite this adventure in Zermatt, where the Matterhorn stands like a god, its chiseled pyramid daring you to dream impossible dreams. Ever wondered what it's like to face a mountain that's claimed legends? Zermatt's car-free cobblestone streets buzz with climbers, skiers, and dreamers, all hypnotized by that 14,692-foot icon towering above. Hop aboard the Gornergrat Railway, its red carriages winding through pine forests and past icy streams to a 10,134-foot lookout. Can you handle the panorama of 29 peaks, their glaciers sparkling like a sea of diamonds? In winter, Zermatt's 360 kilometers of ski runs are your playground, from buttery groomers for newbies to black diamond descents that make your heart race. Picture yourself shussing down the Theodule Glacier, snow spraying like stardust, the Matterhorn watching your every move. Summer swap skis for hiking boots. Trek the Matterhorn Glacier Trail, where crevasses gape and turquoise meltwater pools shimmer. Hungry? Slide into Chamonix, where raclette, that gooey melted cheese over potatoes, warms you like a hug, paired with a crisp Valais wine that tastes of Alpine meadows. For culture, visit the Matterhorn Museum, where tales of first ascents and tragic climbs grip your soul. As night falls, Zermatt's oppressed ski scene explodes. Dance at Schneekristal, where techno beats echo off wooden beams, or sip apricot schnapps in a cozy igloo bar, the stars blazing above. Zermatt's challenge is monumental. Will you rise to its heights or let its grandeur anchor you? This is a vacation that feels like touching the sky. Now, let's catapult to Interlaken, the beating heart of the Bernese Oberland, where the Swiss Alps unleash a torrent of adrenaline between Lakes Thun and Brienz. Ever dreamed of a valley where adventure knows no limits? Interlaken delivers, framed by the Jungfrau, Eiger and Mönch, their peaks like sentinels of thrill. Picture yourself strapping into a paraglider on Beatenberg's slopes, ready to soar like a hawk over emerald lakes, chalets dotting the hills below. The wind roars, your stomach flips, and the Alps unfold in a 4K masterpiece. For waterbound thrills, tackle the Aar River's whitewater rapids, your raft bouncing through icy waves, or bungee jump from the Schilthorn cable car, a 200-meter freefall with the Eiger glaring down. Prefer solid ground? Hike to Lauterbrunnen, the valley of 72 waterfalls, where Staubach Falls plummets 300 meters, misting your face like a blessing. Can you hear the thunder of water, feel the spray on your skin? Food is a love letter here. Dig into rusty, golden potato pancakes topped with smoked trout at Des Alpes, Lake Thun glinting outside. For a quirky twist, ride the Jungfraujoch Railway to Europe's highest station at 3,454 meters. Snowfields stretch endlessly, and the Aletsch Glacier snakes below like a frozen dragon. By night, Interlaken's bars hum, swap stories with climbers at Brasserie 17, a craft beer in hand, or dance at Metro Bar, where locals groove till dawn. Interlaken's question is raw. Will you chase its thrills, or let its beauty stop you in your tracks? This is a vacation that redefines what's possible. What if you could live like Alpine royalty? Let's glide to St. Moritz, the Engadin Valley's dazzling diva, where the Swiss Alps flaunt their elegance in a blaze of glamour. Ever imagined a resort where champagne flows at 1,800 meters and frozen lakes become playgrounds for the elite? St. Moritz is that dream, a town that birthed winter tourism and hosted 2 Olympics. Its slopes a magnet for fur-clad jet-setters and ski junkies alike. Picture yourself skiing Korvach's pristine runs, powder soft as silk under your boots, or skating on Lake St. Moritz, the ice gleaming under a cobalt sky. For a bucket list journey, board the Glacier Express from Zermatt to St. Moritz. Moritz, 8 hours, 91 tunnels, 291 bridges, and views of viaducts and peaks that'll leave you speechless. Is this a train ride or a pilgrimage? Foodies, brace for decadence. Restaurant Engiadina serves venison with juniper sauce, the plate a work of art, paired with a Graubünden Pinot Noir. Culture calls at the Berry Museum, where Alpine paintings capture the Engadin's soul, or join a Cresta-Run toboggan race, if you dare, hurtling headfirst at 80 miles per hour. At night, St. Moritz dazzles. Sip a martini at Badrott's Palace, its chandelier-lit bar oozing old-world charm, or dance at Dracula Club, a haunt for the chic and fearless. St. Moritz's dare is bold. Will you bask in its luxury or conquer its wild pulse? This is a vacation that feels like starring in your own Alpine epic. Let's shred the untamed in Verbier, the Swiss Alps freeride capital, where powder hounds and renegades find their nirvana. What if you could weave the charm of a storybook city with the raw power of the Alps? Let's rocket to Lucerne, central Switzerland's crown jewel, where the Swiss Alps cradle a city so mesmerizing it feels like it was painted by a master. Ever wondered what it's like to wander where medieval history and Alpine grandeur collide? Lucerne's lake. Lucerne shimmers like a sheet of sapphire, its shores fringed with pastel facades, and the iconic Chapel Bridge, a 14th century wooden marvel draped in geraniums and adorned with paintings of saints and warriors. Picture yourself crossing its creaky planks, the Reuss River murmuring below. Can you hear the echoes of merchants and knights who trod here centuries ago? For a cultural jolt, slip into the Rosengart collection, where Picasso's angular portraits and Klee's whimsical hues leap from the walls, or geek out at the Swiss Museum of Transport, where steam locomotives, vintage planes, and a mock space station spark your imagination. Hungry? Settle into Wirtshaus Gallica, a Lucerne institution since 1856, where Schweinshaxe, crispy pork knuckle with sauerkraut, pairs with a frothy Feldschlösschen beer, the lake's reflection dancing in your glass. Lucerne's magic isn't just in its streets, it's in the Alps that loom beyond. Board the world's steepest cogwheel railway to Mount Pilatus, the Dragon Mountain, at 2,128 meters, where legends whisper of winged beasts. The climb is a thrill. Forests fade to jagged cliffs, and the summit unveils a jaw-dropping view of 73 peaks, from the Eiger to the Matterhorn, with Lake Lucerne glinting like a jewel below. Will you hike the Dragon Trail, where ibex leap and winds howl like ancient spirits, or test your nerve at the Pilatus Rope Park, ziplining over chasms as your pulse races? For a quirky twist, explore the Glacier Garden, where prehistoric potholes and fossilized shells reveal the Alps' Ice Age secrets. By night, Lucerne's jazz scene sizzles. Join locals at Parterre, where a Kirsch-spiked martini and live trumpet riffs set the vibe. Lucerne's question is eternal. Will you bask in its fairy tale glow, or answer the call of its Alpine giants? This is a vacation that feels like stepping into a Swiss saga. Now, let's surge to Engelberg, the Swiss Alps adventure haven, where Mount Titlis reigns as a playground for families and thrill-seekers alike. Ever dreamed of a village where kids giggle on snow tubes and pros shred powder in the same breath? Engelberg, a 45-minute jaunt from Lucerne, delivers. Its Benedictine abbey, dwarfed by peaks that demand you play hard. Picture yourself boarding the Titlis Rotaire, the world's first rotating cable car, spinning 360 degrees as you ascend to 3,020 meters. Can you feel the air thin, the glaciers sprawling below like a frozen kingdom? At the summit, brace for the cliff walk, Europe's highest suspension bridge, 100 meters long, 1 meter wide, and 500 meters above an icy abyss. Your heart might skip, but the view of Titlis' snowfields and crevasses is a 4K masterpiece. Winter warriors, Engelberg's 82 kilometers of ski runs, have it all. Gentle slopes for beginners at Alp, heart-stopping blacks like Laub for experts. Snow tubing is a blast. Grab a rubber ring and slide down Bruni's slopes, laughter ringing through the valley. In summer, hike the Furenalp Trail, where alpine meadows burst with gentian and marmots whistle from rocky perches. Hungry? Spanort Gasthaus serves Käseschnitte, a cheesy bread dish drenched in white wine sauce, in a chalet that stood since 1740, its wooden beams steeped in warmth. For a cultural kick, tour Engelberg Abbey, where monks brew a crisp lager, sip one in the cloister garden and ponder their quiet life. By night, Engelberg's bars buzz, Yucatan's live rock bands pair with a Rugenbräu IPA or glide across the ice rink at Sporting Park, stars twinkling above. Engelberg's dare is inclusive. Will you embrace its playful joy or conquer its high-altitude thrills? This is a vacation that unites every adventurer in wonder. Ready to cross borders for a dose of alpine anarchy? Let's blast to Chamonix, in the French Alps, but just a 90-minute drive from Geneva, making it a Swiss Alps must-do. Ever wondered where mountaineers carve their names into history? Chamonix, nestled at Mont Blanc's base, Western Europe's tallest peak at 4,810 meters, is the cradle of alpinism, a gritty town where climbers and skiers live for the next rush. Picture riding the Aiguille du Midi cable car, one of the world's highest, rocketing to 3,842 meters in 20 minutes. The air's razor thin, the views are unreal. Mont Blanc's ice cap dazzles, and peaks stretch to Italy like a jagged crown. Dare to step into the void, a glass box over a 1,000-meter drop. Can you handle the vertigo, the abyss staring back like a challenge? Skiers, the Grand Montes awaits. Its off-piste runs plunging through powder so deep, it feels like flying. Summer calls for the Tour du Mont Blanc, a 170-kilometer trek through France, Italy, and Switzerland. Or paragliding from Brevant, Chamonix Valley, a green mosaic below. Food is a Franco-Swiss love affair. Le Cap Horn serves tartiflette, a bubbling mix of cheese, potatoes, and bacon, paired with a sharp Mondus wine. For culture, the Alpine Museum showcases vintage ice axes and photos of death-defying climbs. By night, Chamonix roars. Monkey Bar's craft beers flow with live folk tunes, or dance at No Escape, a club where the party spills onto snow-dusted streets. Chamonix's challenge is primal. Will you climb its legacy, or let its wild heart consume you? This cross-border detour doubles your vacation's alpine fire. What if elegance could dance with rusticity in perfect harmony? Let's glide to Gstaad, the Swiss Alps chic retreat, where cowbells and caviar create a melody of pure enchantment. Ever imagined a village where alpine simplicity meets high society? Gstaad's wooden chalets, festooned with geraniums, look like they've leapt from a Heidi novel, yet its slopes draw royals, celebrities, and skiers with equal allure. Picture skiing Glacier 3000, where runs snake across a year-round snowfield, the Jungfrau and Matterhorn peaking like distant kings. For a softer thrill, try husky sledding through Saarland's forests, the dogs' eager yips mingling with the crunch of snow. In summer, hike the Wisbeil, where Lake Arnansee's turquoise waters mirror peaks like a painting. Food is a masterpiece. Le Grand Chalet's venison medallions, drizzled with lingonberry sauce, feel like a Michelin-starred embrace, paired with a silky Vord Pinot Noir. For a quirky adventure, join a fondue bike tour. Pedal through meadows to a dairy farm, then plunge bread into a bubbling cauldron under a canopy of stars. Gstaad's cultural pulse beats at the Menuhin festival, where classical violins soar in Alpine barns. Can you feel the music weaving through the mountains? By night, the Green Go Club at Gstaad Palace thumps with DJs, or sip a chestnut liqueur by a roaring fire at Hoos Hotel, the vibe as cozy as a Swiss grandmother's hug. Gstaad's question is intoxicating. Will you indulge its sophistication or unearth its pastoral soul? This is a vacation that feels like a golden key to an Alpine kingdom. Now, let's dive into Andermatt, the Swiss Alps' rising star, where raw wilderness meets reborn luxury in a valley of untamed beauty. Ever wondered where skiers find powder so pristine it feels like a secret? Andermatt's Gemstock, a 2,961-meter beast, delivers off-piste runs that drop through untouched snow, your skis carving paths where only eagles dare. Picture the rush. Your breath clouds in the frigid air. The Uri Alps sprawling below like a frozen empire. For all levels, the ski arena Andermatt Cedron offers 180 kilometers of trails, from gentle Netschen slopes to heart-stopping Oberalp descents. In summer, hike the Gotthard Pass, where ancient Roman roads wind past turquoise Devil's Bridge, or mountain bike the Schullenen Gorge, adrenaline pumping as you dodge cliffs. Hungry? Götsch by Marcus Schneider serves lamb shank with alpine herbs, its panoramic terrace framing the Matterhorn's distant silhouette. For a quirky twist, visit the Devil's Bridge Museum, where tales of medieval engineering and local folklore spark your curiosity. Andermatt's luxury shines at the Chedi, where a spa with Himalayan salt saunas melts your cares, or try a cheese tasting at a local farm, sampling nutty sprins aged in mountain caves. By night, Andermatt's bars glow. Pint's live acoustic sets pair with a Walser whiskey, or dance at Spiker, where locals teach you Swiss folk steps. Andermatt's dare is bold. Will you tame its wild slopes, or let its reborn elegance captivate you? This is a vacation that feels like discovering a new Alpine frontier. Ready for one last Alpine rush? Let's soar to Crans-Montana, the Swiss Alps' sunny plateau, where panoramic views and wellness weave a spell of pure bliss. Ever dreamed of a resort where the sun shines 300 days a year and every slope feels like a canvas? Crans-Montana's 140 kilometers of runs, from Plain Mort's glacier descents to Bella Louise cruises, cater to skiers and snowboarders. The Rhône Valley, sparkling 1,500 meters below. Picture yourself carving turns, the air crisp with pine, or snowshoeing the Aminona Trail, where chamois bound through silent forests. In summer, golf the Severiano Ballesteros course, its fairways framed by 4,000-meter peaks, or e-bike to Crydere, where 360-degree views steal your breath. Food is a celebration. Le Mont Blanc at Hostellerie du Pas de l'Ours serves duck foie gras with fig chutney, paired with a cornalin red that sings of Vallée Terroir. For wellness, sink into Six Senses Alpine Spa, where a birchwood sauna and glacier water plunge reset your soul. For a quirky kick, join a truffle hunting workshop, sniff out black gold with a local dog, then savor your find in a gourmet risotto. By night, Crans-Montana's vibe sparkles. Xerodix's rooftop cocktails come with live jazz, or stargaze from a hot tub at Guarda Golf Hotel, the Milky Way a dazzling ceiling. Crans-Montana's question is radiant. Will you chase its sunny thrills, or let its serenity heal you? This is a vacation that feels like a love song to the Alps. Ever wondered where skiers flirt with the edge of insanity? Verbier's Montgelée answers. Its off-piste runs plunging through untouched snow, your skis carving paths where only the brave venture. Picture the rush, your breath fogging in the sub-zero air, the valley sprawling 3,000 meters below. Not a skier? Snowboard the Four Vallées' 410 kilometers of trails, or snowshoe La Chaux, where chamois dart through pines and silence wraps you like a cocoon. In summer, Mountain bike the Verbier bike park, tearing down trails with Mont Blanc winking in the distance. Hungry? Le Chalet d'Adrien serves fondue so rich it's practically a sin. Its bubbling cheese spiked with truffles, enjoyed on a terrace overlooking the Combin Massif. For a quirky thrill, try a cheese-making workshop at La Maison de la Raclette. Can you master the art of melting a perfect wheel? Verbier's village is a vibe. Chalets glow with fairy lights, and Pub Montfort pours local IPAs to rowdy cheers. By night, clubs like Casbah thump with techno. Dance till 4 a.m. or stargaze from a hot tub at Hotel Nevaille, the Milky Way your canopy. Verbier's challenge is fierce. Will you push your limits or let its raw beauty tame you? This is a vacation that screams liberation. Now, let's chase serenity in Grindelwald, the Eiger's gateway, where the Swiss Alps whisper tales of climbers and glaciers. Ever dreamed of a village so perfect it feels painted by angels? Grindelwald's wooden chalets nestle beneath the Eiger's north face, meadows blooming with edelweiss in summer, snow blanketing the streets in winter. Picture boarding the Eiger Express, a state-of-the-art gondola to the Eiger Glacier, where ice caves glow blue and the Jungfrau looms like a queen. Will you ski First's gentle slopes or tackle the Lauberhorn, a World Cup run that tests the pros? For hikers, the Eiger Trail delivers. Trudge past Alpine streams. The North Face's 1,800-meter wall daring you to blink. Food is soul-warming. Gasthaus bear eggs venison goulash, served with spätzle, fuels you for adventure, while a shot of kirschwasser sparks your fire. For a magical twist, visit Gletscherschlucht, a glacier gorge where turquoise waters carve through rock, walkways clinging to cliffs. By night, Grindelwald's pubs glow. Swap tales at Avocado Bar over a hazelnut liqueur, or join a yodeling workshop, your voice echoing the Alps' ancient song. Grindelwald asks, will you seek its peace or answer its call to conquer? This is a vacation that feels like a love letter to the mountains. Ready to uncover a hidden gem? Let's soar to Davos, the Swiss Alps' versatile star, where adventure and tranquility dance in perfect harmony. Ever wondered where world leaders and skiers share the same slopes? Davos, host of the World Economic Forum, doubles as a winter sports paradise. Its 300 kilometers of Parsen and Jakobshorn runs, catering to all levels. Picture yourself skiing Pischa's powder fields, the snow untouched, or snow kiting on Lake Davos, the wind pulling you across frozen waves. In summer, hike the Schatzalp, where wildflowers carpet the hills and views stretch to Liechtenstein. For a quirky kick, ride the Davos Rienerhorn's summer toboggan, twisting through forests at breakneck speed. Foodies, rejoice. Restaurant Alpenblick's Zürcher Geschnetzeltes, veal in creamy mushroom sauce, is a Swiss classic, paired with a Churfürsten white. Culture shines at the Kirchner Museum, where Ernst Ludwig's expressionist Alps paintings stir your soul. By night, Davos's bars hum, Bolgan Plaza's live jazz pairs with a Swiss mule cocktail, or dance at X-Bar, where locals and jet-setters mingle. Davos's question is timeless. Will you embrace its quiet trails, or chase its high-octane thrills? This is a vacation that feels like discovering a secret kingdom. The Swiss Alps aren't just a destination, they're a wildfire that consumes your senses and redefines your limits. It's the sizzle of raclette by a crackling fire, the adrenaline of a paraglider's leap, the hush of snow falling on a moonlit peak. From Zermatt's Matterhorn to Interlaken's roaring rapids, from St. Moritz's opulent shine to Verbier's raw rebellion, from Grindelwald's glacier-carved dreams to Davos's hidden trails, the Alps weave adventure, luxury, and soul-deep beauty into a saga you'll carry forever. Will you ski uncharted powder, hike to a summit's edge, or toast the stars with a glass of fendant? Pack your passion, shout Zermatt, and let the Swiss Alps set your world ablaze. Dankeschön for joining us, your travel family for over a decade. Until next time, keep chasing the Alps' untamed glory.